Good morning, Lana Scott Lighthouse. So, guys, I've been talking for quite a while about this vision I keep seeing of this round collective and then these little groups going off, right? And all these little groups developing. San Santero just did a cancer reading the other day, and I've looked at it. I'm actually working on my second or third time and looking at it. And it feels like her and I both have seen this same thing. And she got this, on the Lufruma deck, she pulled a card that's straight up and it's got like an X to it. And it's like the spokes of a wheel. And she's talking about these little spears around it. And her and I both have been getting that same picture off and on for months now. And I just want to say that this morning I was listening to that again, and she was talking about pockets of reality. She was talking about, and I was hearing God's army or Source's army. And I've talked about in the past about lineage angels. Lineage angels, I've had them tell me that there's certain people they've been waiting for, and some of you are them. They've been waiting for you, and it feels like going into the future, all these little groups that I've been talking about, I'm going to try to delve more through meditation into these specific groups, because it feels like she's talking about, and I feel it too. I know exactly what she's talking about, if I can, but I'm not sure I can explain it to you. So she's talking about these little groups going off where they're actually, going to break off and be separate. And I'm seeing that as the light versus the dark. I'm feeling that as groups of people going into the future, past my time, okay? We're talking about this is going into the future. And this morning I had this major epiphany while listening to this reading that she did for like the second or third time. And I've been feeling this energy. I've been talking about that spark. I've been talking about, which I haven't talked about in a while. But I've just been talking about these, just feeling like there's these groups. I've talked about people's ancestral lands. I had one lady one time tell me, yeah, we have land that my family's been on for generations. I feel like something about ancestral lands, people that have had their lands for a long time, are going to be some kind of leaders in the future, because they're going to be like safe havens at some time in the future. That's one type of group. And then it feels like there's like another type of group where smaller groups of people in different places where there's really a lot of havoc, where a lot of negative things have come out, where people are feeling like their government's deserted them. There's going to be other groups come about that are going to be political. There's different in a way. Strong. There are people whose their higher conscious mind is more in touch with their conscious mind. They're more connected. Crown chakra is opening wide up with more communication from the divine. Who was that lady? Joan of Arc, who literally was hearing the angels talk to her. I feel like more people are going to be. You're not going to just hear Source talking to you or your angels talking to you while you're doing stuff. They're going to be talking to you, and with your crown chakra being wide open, your third eye being wide open, your higher mind being of your consciousness, it's like they're going to be like in between realms. You'll be in between realms. You'll be in between pockets of reality where you can actually manifest directly, and these little bursts, and it won't be something that happens continuously. It'll be during times of when you're fighting for what's right, when you're speaking up with what you feel like is right. And it just feels like these, I keep hearing God's source, or God's army, Source's army, where as more dark things come to light in this reality on this timeline, going into the future, that more timelines are going to be created than have ever been created before, because more people are going to be in groups fighting for what's right. Rather, you're suddenly joining a group that helps protect animals, or you're in a group where you're in a place where where there's been a lot of fighting, like overseas, and this group of people get together, Americans and the people of that country get together, and where there's a lot of upheaval, where they go in and they're actually able to make a bigger difference than they've ever been able to make before. They're telling me that right now they're showing me like a line, and then half of that big spear. Guys, I'm really going to have to draw this out to show y'all what I'm talking about. And then all these other little spears, these little groups, they're going to actually start expanding and it all makes up a whole. It's like the spokes of a wheel. but it feels like angel heart, angel, and I've been, if y'all watched my channel for a while, I sometimes talk about angel heart. I've got the little angel wing, and I've got the little heart, and it feels like that's an actual energy by itself, if that makes any sense. And it just feels like they're talking about smaller groups of people being able to make a bigger difference than they've ever been able to before through a lot of hard work. And it feels like over time, they're showing me like the line, and I'm actually seeing it as a pencil drawing, but they're showing me how these groups, as they rise up, more people are able to make more of a difference in smaller pockets, but in a bigger way. Does that make sense? That's what they're showing me this morning. And I keep getting this in between realms. Where's that deck at? This Healing Waters deck by Rebecca Campbell really speaks to me about things that are coming in the future. And I keep getting these little visions of in the future, like this one here, the Wellspring. Okay? You see how she's laying in there? And I just talked about this card. Not too... let me set my phone up here. But they're showing me, because I don't know if y'all can see it here, but there's a face. Okay, this is the top of her crown. This is her not her higher conscious mind. This is her conscious mind, right? And maybe during sleep, her higher conscious mind and her crown chakras, she's opening up, and all this energy, all this higher conscious mind with the conscious mind, maybe some very potent messages coming through when she's asleep, right? And then maybe jumping timelines or going through these tunnels of energy in between realms. I gotta find that card. And some kind of an energy level that's on while sleeping. Hang on, guys. Let me find this card. And she's doing work on the astral level with the angels and with her spirit guides and with other people on the astral level. And then when she wakes up, or when he wakes up, or when they wake up, they start seeing what they've been doing on the astral realms coming out into real time, okay, in between the realms. So I don't know where this card is. I probably should have grabbed it first because I was seeing that play out so much. Okay, so it's like this. And when you're in your sleep, right, and you're working with your angels, your ancestors, and in your mind, when you wake up, you get this ripple effect. And this ripple effect card says, part of something bigger, details are taken care of. So this makes it feel like this is where your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are working together, right? And you've got the and when you wake up, some of the things that you've been seeing in your sleep with your angels and your ancestors is having a ripple effect, and then you're like instantly manifesting it. You're able to actually make a huge difference. You're actually able to go through a portal of some kind, and you're able to bring it out into the real world, where whatever group you belong to, wherever you're trying to help people, save people, do something for people, that when you wake up, you're able to instantly bring in the help you need, bring in the changes that you need to bring in. Does that make sense? That's what they're showing me this morning. Oh my gosh, where is that card? Don't tell me it's the last one on here. Here it is. Okay, so this song is the Releasing the Old, Energetic Tune-Up, New Beginnings. Okay, so then when you wake up, in your sleep, you're in between the realms, right? In between the actual realms of reality, and you're right on the brink of this manifestation, right? This is like the brink on the manifestation. Then when you wake up, okay, where's that other one? Then when you actually wake up, when you actually wake up, you and whatever people you're working with, y'all have gone through some kind of in between realms thing here, where you actually have the angels come and help you manifest whatever protection, whatever help that you need, comes in like really, really fast. Like not with, we have to wait for a month for that to happen. It comes in a lot faster because other people get sparked, and you're closer to instant manifestation. Does that make any sense? So that's what I'm seeing with that reading she's talking about these spears breaking off and things happening. Where was this other one? There was one more card that was really popping out to me in my head. And guys, I have not memorized this deck. With me, it's my angels going, okay, right now, and talking to me right off the bat. But it feels like, this is instant manifestation, guys. I can't describe it any better than that. But it just feels like when you get up, all these things just come right about happening in whatever way your group is working, however you're helping, and it just keeps, you like go through these portals, and whatever you're trying to do and bring about in the real world, it just happens. You know what I'm saying? And you're able to get the help that you need, help the people that you're trying to help. New beginnings, something's about to happen. So we got the Lady of the Lake right here. So this is kind of sort of what I'm trying to tell y'all was happening. Something will, and when you get up the next day, you're going to feel like going into the future, whatever it is, your project you're working on, you're going to feel like you will feel the energy of everything happening right around you. And things are okay, this is where they're saying God's source, God's army, but we're not talking about God like in a religious way. We're talking about the source of all the universe, and just things happening on an instantaneous level where wherever you're at. And they're showing me some of this will be overseas. I can't describe it no better than what I am. But it's just talking about instant manifestation and things happening right away, like with them, instead of something taking a couple of months to happen, you're going to get the help, get the whatever you need. You're just going to start seeing it shift and change a lot sooner. And guys, they're saying this is after I'm gone. So I'm 60 years old. So however however you are growing, changing, your conscious mind and your unconscious mind is together, it's just going to change in a big way. I don't know how else to explain it any better than that. I was thinking maybe they were showing me something else, but at any rate, things are just going to happen and change a lot faster. Okay, guys? So that's just an epiphany I had this morning. I wanted to share it with you. I hope this resonates for some of you. Some of you feel like some of this is happening, because I've been seeing that. I'm going to draw it out today and do a video on it. I've been seeing this main source in all these little groups, and now it feels like they're just getting bigger, and getting ready to pop off all by themselves, like little bursts of energy going off into the universe to manifest and start bringing about change. And it feels like it's the light versus the dark. God/source coming about in pockets of reality to help make big, huge differences in the future, because things are going to be getting worse on an every day-to-day level. There's so many things on in the news media now about all kind of things that are happening around the world. So, and it just feels like there's just going to be little pockets of angel-minded people that are stronger, and it's like, you remember how, for those of you that are old enough to remember how back in the 60s when people didn't want to go fight the war, they didn't want to go to the Vietnam, where they're like, this isn't our battle, and some people went to fight, some people didn't, some people went off to Canada, some people went off and totally changed, and it's feeling like something like that's what's coming, is that some people are going to want to fight in wars, some people aren't, or not even wars, just things that are coming, that are going to be some things, and people are going to go, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to stand and fight for this. It just feels like it's going to get harder and tougher and more stuff coming about that people are going to stand up for and say, I'm not putting up with this, So, guys, take that how it resonates. That's just the epiphany that I had this morning. These little pockets of reality. It just feels like, and they're pockets of reality, but they're energetic. So take that how it resonates, guys. I just wanted to do a quick little reading on this morning. Maybe this will resonate for some of you, especially some of you younger folk that are just tired of living in the world that you're living in. All right, guys. Lana Scott's epiphany for the morning. Lighthouse, guys.